YouTube, PsychoFox here. We're going to have a look at a couple of magazines today. I might do this in two parts, because it might take a while flicking through them, but this is the first magazine I ever bought, and that's the last. And in between was a hell of a lot of others. I've got about 300 in my collection so far, buying back all the magazines I used to own. But yeah, these are the bookends really of the entire collection. Now, I did buy a couple of magazines prior to this, like the one I think me and my mate sort of chipped in and bought it together, but this was the first magazine I ever bought, and it was this actual exact issue here. I managed to keep it all these years, and quite a few other Mean Machines as well. This is a replacement, but yeah, this is the exact original. So I'm really pleased to still own this, and I can show you exactly where I bought it from. So yeah, it was bought from here, which is, as you can see, the old W.H. Smith logo there, in Hereford when it was down on Commercial Street, when it was down next door to Chad's. Everyone's looking a bit worried in this photo because they're all looking across the road at the recently burnt down Golding's toy store. So that's why there's a fireman right in the front here. But yeah, that store there was later bought by Chad, and it became the menswear department. So a little bit of trivia there for you. Chad's is now sadly closed, and it's all either vacant or temporarily occupied. But yeah, that's the store I bought this magazine from in July '91. So back to the magazine. Okay, so I've just put the Nintendo magazine system to one side, and we'll have a look at Mean Machines issue number 11, August '91, which was released towards the end of July 1991. Now, my friend I previously mentioned, who we clubbed in and bought issues of the One magazine with the year before, he owned one of these. So he'd been buying Mean Machines for a few issues before this. He definitely had issue, I think it was number 9, with Ultraman on the front, because I remember we graffitied all over him during a French lesson, I think it was. So yeah, at this point I just bought a Sega Game Gear, so I started buying the magazine. And it just introduced me to so much stuff, like, first time I ever heard of PsychoFox. And it's just really nice to know these are the exact same pages I was flicking through, well, over 20 years ago. So we've got the editorial here, pictures of the staff, dogs playing Game Boys, smashed up cars, don't even know what that is, Ford Fiesta, advert for Tarakan, CES show special, forthcoming games. And this was the picture that started me on the road to getting a SNES. Saw that and thought, wow, I've only just bought a Game Gear, but that is something I want to own. I was really disappointed it never looked like that when it came out in the UK. One of the few people who actually prefer the US styling. So we're still on the CES special here. Big list of games that are coming out. Ice hockey, for some reason it's called ice hockey, it's actually EA hockey. This was one of the games my Mega Drive owning mate bought. We spent many a happy hour around at his house playing this. Even sometimes when he wasn't in, we used to come around and play on this. Great game. 95%, well deserved. Yob's mailbag. Or if you want to make drawings of game characters mutilating each other, send them into Yob's mailbag. Lots of blood and guts everywhere. cartoon strip there of the Jazza figure. I actually created a Jazza figure out of plastic on one of these issues and gave them away free with the magazine. I've got it upstairs somewhere. So we've got the question and answers, a bit more civilised than Yob's mailbag. If you want a sensible answer to any question. Is Street Fighter 2 ever coming out for the Mega Drive? Probably not, was the answer, but we'll know it did. Little tip section. Tips for DuckTales on the NES. Excellent platform game. Mega Drive tips. Yeah, so at the point of getting this magazine, practically all these games I'd never heard of and never played. There's some more pictures that got me wanting a SNES. Of course, at this time it was import only. Famicom, Super Famicom. Got tips for Star Control on the Mega Drive. Bit of an editorial cock up there. There's people writing in wanting to know tips for games. Advertisement for Ace magazine, never bought that. Review of Boulder Dash. Never played this, but it was on the NES M82 demo unit there in Dixon's in Hereford. Pretty sure it was on that. I just used to go straight for Mario 2. .688 attack sub. Got 84%. Never played that one. All these competitions you could win various consoles. I never bothered entering any of them. I was very suspicious that anyone ever won. So just explaining the rating system for games here. Advert for EA. Review of Kickoff for the Master System. We actually bought this game when we got a Master System a few months later. Because me and my brother like football games, but that's a preview, sorry, not a review. Absolutely hated it. Could not get the hang of it at all. Because every other football game we've played, the ball sort of sticks to the player's feet, but Kickoff, it just changed direction, it just rolls off. Just could not get the hang of it. I played it a few months ago and I still can't do it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but Shadowgate. I think it's got the lowest ever, one of the lowest ever ratings, 26, or was it there was a racing game for the NES, got 9%, I think it was. Forget the name of it now. Snow Brothers. It's a great game. I actually borrowed that and I recently bought that back. It's quite rare these days. Alien Storm. Another classic. I think it suffered from being a bit too easy, as I remember. 71. Yeah, lastability, only 53% on that one. That was another cool thing about Mean Machines, these little artworks. Drawing that excellent little style. Japanese Game Gear there. A few months before this, in one of the previous issues, you had a load of stickers given away free with a magazine drawn in that style, which were pretty cool. My mate had them stuck in his bedroom. So we got the charts. Shadow Dancer at top. Super Mario Land, top for Game Boy, where it stayed for quite a long time, I'd imagine. Mickey Mouse, top for Mega Drive. Deservedly so, it's a fantastic game, and here it is. This was the review that got me wanting Psycho Fox, so in the end I bought a Master Gear converter so I could play it on the Game Gear. I got it from Soft Centre in Hereford, which was down opposite Woolworths. Eventually we got a Master System 2, played it through that, but this was the review I poured over in this magazine. So I just bought a Game Gear and I'm already eyeing up Super Nintendo's and Master System games. So we've got Spider-Man versus the Kingpin on Master System. Got 87. Some more adverts. Console Plus in Leeds. Kabuki Quantum Warrior for NES. Not played that one either. Not played a great deal of NES games. Only owned a few, just because the sheer price of them back in the 90s, 50 quid a game. A lot of them were. So it's the Mega Mart things for sale. Let's just pick a random advert. Ooh, we got NES 2 pads. 6 months old, £65. That's not bad. 2 ZX Spectrums, £50 each. Bart Simpson rip-off. A preview of Road Rash. So yeah, if you're in a Mega Drive, you would have been quite interested in this game. It looks fantastic, and it was. Preview of Top Gun for the NES, which I don't think was as good. Yob's Gossip. Sonic Video Mean Machines. Julian Rigler when he was a little boy. Little teaser for next month. WizKid Games in Maidstone in Kent. Yeah, the NES games. Some of these are actually only a couple at 40 quid. It was just John Menzies then that used to try and rip me off. And an advert for Spider-Man on the back. So yeah, that is the first magazine I ever bought. And something I treasure. So yeah, I'll put the last magazine I ever bought in part 2. Thanks for watching.